Hey guys, I hope you had a great Easter weekend. I hope you spent some good time reflecting and being honest with yourself and looking at the wonder of what God has done on our behalf with hearts full of gratitude for the salvation that is ours at so great a price. But the story's not over yet. It seems like Jesus died and resurrected, but the mop-up operation afterwards was quite intriguing. I find it amazing that God is the God of the individual. We tend to think that God is just a cosmic God. He's so big, he's dealing with all the big deals out there in the universe and stopping the planets from colliding with one another. And we think when it comes down to earth that he's involved in all the big deal stuff and trying to stop wars or do stuff on a national basis. But when I look at the mop-up operation that Jesus had after his death and crucifixion and his resurrection, I see Jesus dealing so beautifully and intimately with individuals. There were two in particular as you wrap up the story before the end of John. The end of John is the story of two people. Basically, there was Thomas, and he was the one, first of all, who we label the doubter. He was the one who said, no, I won't believe unless I see the marks in his hands and put my fist into his side, I will not believe. And he takes a rather unkind rap, I think. We call him Thomas the doubter. And I guess if we call him that, then we may need to call ourselves a little bit of that as well, because there's an element of doubt sometimes in all of us. And sometimes many of us, that when we're so close to God at times of worship and it's wonderful, we're kind of like close to the altar. But then we walk out of the church and we become closer to the door than we were to the altar. And all of a sudden, between all the beauty of worship and the wonder of what God is doing, suddenly little doubts begin to creep in. And at least Thomas was honest enough to tell us about his doubts. I'm glad his story is in the Bible, because I guess I can kind of identify a lot with him. But the interesting thing was with Jesus was that he met people where they were. You know, we said the other day about the men who were on the way to running away from Jesus. They were on their way to Emmaus, and Jesus met with the two of them, just the two of them. Wasn't worried about the big deal stuff in the rest of the world, just met with two disciples. And here we see Jesus meeting with Thomas on the one hand, and then tomorrow we'll deal with Jesus' individual meeting with Peter. And I just think that just on its own is just the most wonderful thought, don't you think? That Jesus sees us as individuals. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small for Jesus to be interested in. And when he met with Thomas, he said, Thomas, come, let me meet your need. Let me show you what you want to see and what you want to feel. And this is what it says. Let me read it to you. In John chapter 20, it says this: a week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the door was locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, peace be with you. Then he said to Thomas, Thomas, put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe. And Thomas said to him, my Lord and my God. I just find it amazing. It just never ceases to amaze me that the great God of this universe is concerned about me individually. And if he's concerned about me individually, I have to tell you people, he's concerned about you too. Nothing that you doubt, nothing that you think, nothing that you worry about is too far from God to be able to meet you. And he meets you so beautifully at the point of your need. Not at the point of what you want, but at the point of your need. Now, I don't know what you need today. I don't know what you need. Certainly know what you probably want, but God knows what you need. And he is willing, more than able, to draw alongside you if you're honest with him like Thomas was, and meet you at the point of your need. So today I'm going to leave this very open-ended and say to you, today would be a great day. If you have a particular need, if you have a particular desire, if you want God just to do something for you that he's never done for you before, that he's probably may never need to do again, ask him to do it. Speak to him today. Take some time, people, and go and meet with him and speak to him about your particular need. And I wonder if God won't do for you what you require and ask of him to do. He came through the wall to see Thomas. He came through a door that was locked to see Thomas, and he met him at his particular need. He'll do the same for you if you'll just allow him to. Be honest with him, and let's see what he does. You have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.